Wow, hello my people. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Your wish has always been my command. Thanks always. Well, meanwhile, this is another one. Alright, this is another one when a problem cannot be ignored. Okay, if we did not rigid the polity to meet the yearnings of all of us, it will consume us because resource constraints it's a challenge for every state. Governor Kayode Fayemi. Alright, in a famous line in The Sound of Music, Mother Abbess refused to grant Maria a refuge from what she perceived was a budding romantic affair between Maria and Baron von Trapp. Maria was serving as nanny for the von Trapp children, paraphrasing. The mother declared with motherless wisdom, "You cannot run away from your problem, you must confront it." Maria had to go back to Von Trapp's mansion, and the rest, they say, is history. The founding fathers of Nigeria confronted head on the fundamental problem of the newly emerging nation with conviction. They argued fiercely among themselves and with the British masters. They traded insults and name-calling. In the end, they unanimously settled on a federal arrangement as the best for a country of diverse population. They were right, and the country was on a path of greatness even before she gained independence. No one can sincerely deny the progress each region made in the matter of human and physical development between 1953 and 1960. What derailed the progress between 1960 and 1966 was not the federal structure, it was human nature. Okay, in what we may regard as an honest but misguided effort to correct the course of destruction which the country was heading to in the mid-1960s, military physicians with a wrong diagnosis of the national ailment prescribed and administered the wrong medication. The patient convulsed and has never fully recovered since. Indeed, the ailment has worsened, as is evidenced by the intensity of the resentment and rivalry among ethnic nationalities, regions, and zones and regions. The fever pitch agitation for restructuring has never been louder or more daring. Until now, it has been apparently ignored by subsequent administrations. The Obasanjo administration engaged in a dishonest attempt at constitutional amendment in 2005 with a focus not on restructuring but on implementing an amendment that would give the president a third term in office. In the last years of his first term, the Jonathan administration engaged in an exercise that many felt was politically motivated to help with his re-election. But it must be granted that whatever his motive, the conference delegates took seriously their mandate and came up with some useful recommendation. Unfortunately, the heat of the 2015 electoral campaign ensured that those recommendations didn't see the light of the day. All Progressive Congress APC campaigned on restructuring among other manifestos items. It promised to propose a constitutional amendment for the revolution of power to state and to enact fiscal federalism. Midway in the first term of the Buhari administration, the party established a high-powered committee led by the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai. The committee did a thorough job with useful recommendations which is submitted to the party. However, that was the last we heard about the committee or its recommendations. What has become of both, or what is the thinking of the party on one of the pillars of its governing philosophy which attracted genuine progressive to its fold is the guess of anyone outside its inner circle. But we cannot continue to hide our national head in the sand and pretend that all is well. As this page observed last week, no one should be deluded into believing that the agitation for restructuring is going to stop. Thus, religious groups such as the National Christian Elders Forum, NCEF, nationally groups including Middle Belt Forum, Ndigbo Hohaneze, PANDF, and Afenifere have been in the trenches for a long time that successive administrations tend to simply dismiss them as a nuisance under serving of attention. Lately, however, other voices, including non-partisan ones have been raised for the love of country. Among these is the Revered General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye. Significantly, not many of the vocal agitators have come from the rank of the ruling party. That is not a surprise. It was the same pattern with other administrations and ruling party PDP governors in the southwest effectively shuttered the Yoruba agenda. A submission of the Southwest to the Obasanjo Constitutional Conference in 2005, they insisted that as elected leaders, they had the monopoly of wisdom on what the Yoruba wanted or needed. Restructuring, according to the wisdom of those governors, was not part of it. Now it appears our governors are in sync with the people, and that is a good thing. My opening quotation above is from Ekiti State Governor Dr. Kayode Fayemi, who also doubles as the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum. I am not sure if Fayemi spoke for his fellow Nigerian governors, but I am certain that he at least spoke for himself. Again, that is a good thing, especially because he is a voice within the ruling party. Governor Fayemi observed that we are fast getting to a point where we must confront the reality of our federation. He argued that the structure of the economy we are running is not working. He insisted that we need a structure that will meet the yearnings of our population. Specifically, the governor noted that the current unitary structure obviously privileges those who are more associated with a unitary federal structure rather than a genuine federal structure that is accountable to people and responsive to the challenges that the people have. Of course, we know what those challenges are. There is hunger in the land, there is grave insecurities, people are hungry. Fayemi laments that states don't have resources and urges Nigerians to push the argument further to a point where the resources and the power that reside in Abuja can be devolved effectively to the state, with the revenue also revolved to take the responsibilities at that level. Well, Nigerians have spoken and they will continue to agitate for restructuring, and that is what we are talking about. Well, it's a good thing. Meanwhile, let me have more takes from you on this one, and remember to subscribe for more updates. Thanks and God bless.